It's a new day in St. Louis International School. A handsome boy named Jaden had just come out of his class, heading towards the basketball pitch as he was ready to play basketball. Most students are also out of their class as they wanted to watch Jaden play basketball. Jaden is from a decent home. His parents weren't as wealthy as most kids in the school, but they had struggled to send him to St. Louis International School, as St. Louis International School gives privilege to talented students. They had hope and dreams that if Jaden could excel in his basketball, probably he might have the chance of going abroad and playing with international teams. That was their dream for Jaden, and that was why Mr. and Mrs. Okafor had saved all their money and sent Jaden to St. Louis International School. In the same school, there is also a very wealthy, shy boy named Ethan. Ethan's parents are one of the wealthiest people in St. Louis International School. But the difference here is that Ethan wasn't the pompous kind. He was a very reserved and shy person. Ethan's first girlfriend, Christabel, loved Jaden so much. She enjoyed watching Jaden play basketball. Even though she knew that she and Ethan were in a relationship, she was ready to salvage their meeting to go watch Jaden play basketball. This broke Ethan's heart. Most times, he was left alone as he was into reading his books. Ethan preferred reading than watching basketball. He preferred reading than playing any sport or any game. So most of his friends referred to him as dull, or some others referred to him as not being a sociable type. As if you were not playing football, you should be playing basketball or something. But Ethan preferred to read his books whenever people were out for games. So with this, Christabel always avoided him. She avoided him for the most times as she preferred watching Jaden play ball. Yes, she wasn't into Jaden, but at the same time, she loved how people cheered him up, and he was also a very good basketballer. Over a period of time, Christabel's parents were relocating to a different state, so Christabel had to leave the school. Ethan felt alone. He felt heartbroken. This wasn't his plan. Christabel was the only person he could talk to. Christabel was the only person he was very free with. But after Christabel left, he tried his possible best to get other friends, which wasn't easy. Until one fateful day, his mom had introduced him to her best friend's daughter, being Gabriela. Ethan was to help Gabriela pick up in her mathematics. Ethan found it as an opportunity to get close to someone again. And with the passing days, Ethan made sure to always go to Gabriela's place to help her with her maths. And as the days went by, Ethan made his feeling known to Gabriela. But Gabriela bluntly told him that she was into Jaden. This broke Ethan's heart. As why is it that everyone he had ever liked was into Jaden? Why is no one into him? Wearing the same him, he had the look. He also had the brain. Jaden wasn't that intelligent. Jaden was more concentrated in his basketball, hoping that he could get scholarship that was going to help him play internationally. So why is no one into him? And whatsoever gift he gives to Gabriela, he found out that Gabriela also gives this gift to Jaden. When he was done playing with other schools and girls were cheering him up, he gets to receive so much gifts from his classmates. Amongst this gift was also the gift that Ethan had given to Gabriela. The first time Ethan found out that Gabriela always gave out whatsoever he gives to her, to Jaden, he was heartbroken about it. He couldn't believe that Gabriela was treating him that way. If she wasn't into him, she would have just told him rather than accepting his gift and giving it out to someone else. He was really, really heartbroken. Gabriela and Jaden shared the same birthday. That day, Ethan had gifted Gabriela a Rolex wristwatch for her birthday. But Gabriela already had a Rolex wristwatch and she didn't want it. She quickly wrapped it with a different sheet and sent it to Jaden for his birthday, To which Jaden was really excited. And during one of his basketball games, he had won and won excellently well. He openly asked Gabriela to be his girlfriend, and Gabriela accepted. This broke Ethan's heart to a different level. He couldn't believe that Gabriela could ditch him for Jaden. Jaden that wasn't even rich. Jaden couldn't even afford her a proper birthday gift. Jaden had given her a bracelet that didn't cost anything. Ethan had it in mind that he was going to pay Jaden for everything he had done to him. How come all the girls he ever liked preferred him? Jaden never knew that Ethan was beefing him. He never knew that Ethan hated him that bad. And with the passing days, they all went to the university and things got better. But during the university days, Jaden was playing his basketball and had a serious accident, and Jaden broke his leg. After the whole treatment, therapy, and everything, Jaden couldn't return back to playing basketball. Jaden lost everything within a twinkle of an eye, as all the little money he had earned while he was playing basketball, he always sent it back home so that his parents could use to support his sick sister, who was a sickle cell patient. So Jaden was practically working for his family. So he had nothing to his name. Jaden was broken. He couldn't believe that his life was ending even before it started. And with the passing days, Jaden decided to pick up menial job to do, as he still needed to send money home for his sister. His sister wasn't really okay and needed medical attention almost every time. Jaden had graduated from an accounting school, and he was also the best graduating student. Getting job wasn't that easy. He was working in a bank, but the bank pay wasn't also big, so he had to do other jobs. His parents were also trying on their part, but the money wasn't enough, as his sister needed constant medication to keep her healthy. One day, Jaden was at his place of work, washing a car, as he was also working in a car wash during the evening time. While on it, Ethan had passed and seen him washing a car, and he couldn't stop laughing. He was really glad. He told himself that so Jaden had gone so low to become a car washer. He never believed that Jaden, the international basketballer, was going to stoop so low to wash car. So he quickly went to Gabriela's house and picked Gabriela and went straight to the car wash where Jaden was washing people's car, and pointed at Jaden and told Gabriela, "See the guy you chose over me there. Are you seeing now? He's not an international basketballer the way you thought he was going to be." Gabriela was really offended about it and quickly told him, "This isn't right. Everything had happened and we've all forgotten about it. So why are you bringing it up now?" And Ethan said, "I'm not bringing up the past. I'm just here to show you your ex-boyfriend, the international basketballer you once chose over me." Gabriela wasn't okay with it, so she hid in the car while Jaden was washing the car. And when Jaden was done, Ethan quickly paid and even asked him to keep the change. But Jaden did not know that Ethan held grudges against him, and Jaden tried to greet Ethan as someone he had known. But Ethan tried to pretend that he never knew Jaden. Ethan quickly told him, "Sorry, I don't know who you are." Gabriela really felt bad, knowing fully well that Ethan knew who Jaden was, but he was trying to rub off his wealth on him. Gabriela told him that's not how to live. He didn't know anything about us, so why don't you forget about everything? But Ethan refused to forget about it. He had made up his mind that he was going to pay Jaden back for everything he had done to him. One fateful day, Ethan and his friends went to the bar to drink. And while they were having a drink, his friends had quickly placed a bet on the bar attendant, stating that anyone that was able to win the bar attendant over and had taken her to a hotel was going to have a total of 1 million naira. So his friends quickly placed the bet. So they stayed in the bar till when the bar was closing. And when the bar attendant was about to go, his friends tried to lure her. But she quickly remembered that she had forgotten something. Ethan quickly followed her and warned her carefully that she shouldn't follow the men as they had placed a bet on her head. The bar attendant, being Laura, felt bad, as genuinely speaking, she wanted to follow one of them home, as one of them had claimed that he was going her way. She wasn't following them because she liked any of them, but she wanted someone to drop her off, as the person had claimed he was going her way. She thanked Ethan greatly for everything, and she quickly went out of the bar. Ethan's friends were still there trying to convince her to follow them, but she quickly refused. And one of the boys quickly slapped her and asked her, "Who do you think you are? Do you know how much we spent in the bar to be? And we're trying to get your attention and you're proving what? Who do you think you are? We've spent how many hours here waiting for you? If you know you were not going to follow us initially, why didn't you say it before you went to get us wherever you got inside?" Laura tried to apologize to him for keeping them waiting, but the man became very aggressive and wanted to beat her again. And out of anger, Laura slapped him and punched him down to the floor. And the man quickly threatened that he was going to call police. But Laura didn't feel bad about it. She already knew their gimmicks. She knew what they had done. She knew everything they had plotted. And she told him, "Even if you call the police, I'm going to win." But the man asked her, "Who do you think you are? In this world, the rich will always win. You don't have anything to your name. Whatsoever I say, that's which the police is going to believe." And he quickly called the police. And Laura and him, with other of Ethan's friends, were all arrested and taken to the police. While they sat down and trying to make their complaints, Jaden quickly ran into the police station and asked Laura what had happened. And that was when Ethan got upset. The moment he had seen Laura, he had liked Laura for who she was. He had a very clear intention about Laura. But having to find out that Laura had an attachment with Jaden made Ethan upset. As why is it that every girl he gets to like has a connection with Jaden? Why? So with this, he made up his mind that he was going to get Laura. He was going to date Laura this time around. Jaden wasn't going to steal the girl he liked. So when they were done with the police station, they all departed and went home. With the passing days, Ethan constantly visited Laura's place of work, trying to win her over. At first, Laura thought he was trying to get something out of it, but she gradually saw his sincerity, and he was the one that had told her that the boys were planning something. If not, she wouldn't have known, and probably they would have drugged her and slept with her. But she was really glad to Ethan, so she decided to hang out with him. And with the passing days, Ethan and Laura always hung out. At first, she wasn't really free with him, as Ethan wasn't someone that really loved to converse. He was kind of a novice when it comes to relationship. He was too quiet, too shy to do a lot of things. But when it comes to talking about work and other things, he was a very sharp guy. He was very intelligent, but very dull when it comes to social aspect, though he was trying his best. Laura saw his sincerity and accepted to date him. So they hung out on various kinds of dates. They hung out on dinner dates and so many others. When Jaden had found out about this relationship, he had quietly warned Laura to be careful with Ethan. Ethan attended his school. When he tried to introduce himself to Ethan, Ethan denied knowing him. Laura looked at him and said, "Sorry about that, but it has no relationship with me. It's boys' things. For me, he had not denied me one day and he had helped me. So it's no big deal if I go dating him." To which Jaden told her, "No problem. It's your choice. If you feel like you like him and you think he's worthy to date, then so be it." But whenever they hung out, Jaden always looked for a way to attach himself, hiding at the background as he wasn't really sure if Ethan truly loved Laura. But with the passing days, he saw sincerity in Ethan's behavior and he decided to lay low, giving Laura a fair right to date whoever she wanted to date. Laura and Jaden had always been childhood friends for day one, and he was just trying to be protective of his friend. One day, Ethan had taken Laura to his place of work, and while he was busy, Laura decided to stroll around as she had seen his friends that she had met in the bar, and they quickly apologized to what they had done to her. and she accepted. And when they were done apologizing to her, they quickly told Laura that there was a company dinner and it was actually suggested that everybody should come with their partner and it was necessary that she showed up. But Laura told them that Ethan had not told her anything about it. And they looked at her and said, he's a very shy guy. Probably he has been trying to tell you about it. So what do you think about it? You can decide to surprise him so that he doesn't feel lonely that day. To which Laura said, no problem. So the day of the company dinner, Laura had dressed in her very beautiful dress and had worn a shoe Ethan had gotten for her. But when she got to the event, to her greatest surprise, Ethan was with another lady. And he was on a wedding ring. She was really shocked. And she walked up to him and tried to talk to him. Ethan quickly looked at her shocked and asked her what she was doing there. But Laura quickly asked him, who is the lady I just saw you with? Ethan looked at her and said, I like you in a different way. And that's just it. She's my wife, but I like you in a different way. Laura was very confused and asked herself, what's going on here? You never told me you were married. I've never seen you with a wedding ring, even from the first day. And Ethan looked at her and started laughing and said, just know that I like you. And that's just it. And he laughed about it and left, leaving Laura outside the event, seriously crying. But the moment he entered into the event, he quickly shook hands with his friends, though he told his friends that everything has spoiled now, as he had booked a hotel room that he was going to sleep with her this night. But his friends were the ones that snitched him because he had snitched on them the last time. The truth there was that Ethan was planning to get married, but he really wanted to date Laura because Laura was close to Jaden. So he wanted Jaden to know the pain he felt all this while when Jaden, was dating Gabriella. That evening, while Jaden was trekking back home, Gabriella saw him and had stopped to talk to him. And she quickly asked him if Ethan had invited him for his wedding as he was getting married soon. Jaden was shocked and quickly asked Gabriella, what do you mean? And Gabriella explained everything to Jaden and even told Jaden everything that had happened, how Ethan was trying to humiliate him, how Ethan even remembered him, and how Ethan liked her, but she chose him. So Ethan was trying to revenge everything. Jaden thanked Gabriella seriously and left. While he was going home, he kept on trying to contact Laura, but he wasn't able to reach her. And he remembered that Laura told him that she was going to an event. So he went to that same place, and lo and behold, he saw Laura sitting outside and seriously crying. She couldn't believe that Ethan had done this to her, and they returned back home. But with the passing days, Jaden also told Laura everything Gabriella had told him. Laura felt bad about everything. Laura was grateful that the relationship did not escalate. She was really glad that everything ended the way it had ended. Just imagine if she had slept with him. How was she going to feel about it? Thank you very much for listening to the story. Please, I would like you to share your thought on this one. Do you feel that what Ethan did was horrible for a person? Being that Jaden never knew that he had feelings for Gabriella while they were in school, do you think that what Ethan did was bad? Please share your thoughts on the story. We still remain your favorite storyteller, Zika. Please do not forget to share our stories to your loved ones. So we'll see you again in our next story. Bye for now.